Do you even know how to be yourself? Hello, everybody. Welcome back. If this is your first video, hello. My name is Jackie. Welcome to the channel. This is where we are learning ourselves gently. This is week 4. So if this is your first time here, I would suggest you going back to week 1 and making your way back over here. If this is not your first time, welcome back and welcome to week 4. So if you've seen in the caption, today's topic is going to be, do you even know how to be yourself? We're influenced by so many things around us, so many different people, whether it's school, work, church, our friends and family, our relationships, specifically social media. It's starting to become a situation where there's a lot of copy and paste going on. You see it in the way we dress, we talk, places that we go to, the lifestyle, and also even relationships that we're in. Just about anything that is being liked is being duplicated, and I think that is such a scary thing. I think it becomes more common when you don't really know what you like and who you want to be or how to even show up as that person. So it's convenient enough to see something, like it, and copy that thing instead of putting in the true effort to figure out who it is that you really are and what you like for yourself. Now, of course, I'm going to be honest with you guys. At one point in my life, the groups that I was in defined who I was, what I like to do. And then when I truly looked at it, I'm like, wait, no, I need to separate myself to figure out what my identity is and who I wanted to be viewed as and how I wanted to show up aside from the things and the people that I was around in my environment. And I knew what I liked and what I didn't like, but it didn't reflect. So it was like I was being pushed into a certain category. And I had to tell myself, okay, you need to put more time and effort into exploring things and figuring out how I wanted to show up in the world and stay true to myself. I think that when we're younger, it's a little bit more acceptable. You know, you see someone wearing the sneakers or the shirt that they have on, and it's like, okay, I'm going to do that to fit in. But as you get older, you have to figure out the things that you like aside from like your friends and your peers. Like, what is it that you like? It doesn't matter what they like. How do you feel when you wear that thing or you do that thing? Like, I can see someone and can tell that they've been influenced. I admire everyone that I see that steps out of the box, whether or not I like it. It doesn't matter. I can tell that they're confident in it and it's something that they like. Society and culture has a way of making you feel uncomfortable or making you feel unaccepted for liking the things that you like. I think sometimes we subconsciously look for things that will make us more liked or more loved because we've seen it work for someone else. But I don't know about y'all, but I feel like anytime that I try to do something like that, it backfires and it makes me look so stupid. And I'm not even just talking about wardrobe. I'm talking about the way you speak, the career you're in, the car you're driving, your living situation, your relationship. There's so many different categories that's sought after just because it's being advertised as this glamorous thing or successful thing. And of course, I'm going to use an example about myself. So for me, I remember at some point in my life, I used to get a certain type of clothing or a certain type of outfits because that's what the girls were doing. But I felt like anytime I tried to do that, I looked crazy. I felt uncomfortable, and not even because the clothing itself was uncomfortable, but the fact that I didn't feel confident in it. I felt like a fraud. I felt way more confident by doing the things and wearing the things that nobody else was doing. At a certain point, I was afraid of stepping outside of the box because I felt like the people around me didn't have like similar interests in what I wanted to do and what I was into. At that time, I had no interest in making any new connections or friends. So I found myself buying all of these things and not wearing them. It got to a point where it was really bad. I have stuff in my closet that I never wore that had tags on them for years and years to come. And it wasn't until recently, this year actually, when I started to move my things in, and I'm just like, we're not going to buy anything else for the rest of the year. We're just going to wear whatever we have, because it's not even a matter of buying these things because I need to go somewhere, but the simple fact that I need to be comfortable with who I am and the things that I already have before I just go impulsively do things or buy things just because it looks good or just because someone else has it. I wish I would have explored a little bit more back then, and that's why I try to tell anybody that I speak to now, I try to encourage them to step outside of the box or do the things that they want to do. It doesn't matter if anyone doesn't like it. Like, I like it and I'm your friend and I love you. So that should give you enough courage or enough confidence to do whatever it is, because sometimes you don't need a whole team, a whole audience in order for you to get accepted. For me, me personally, it just only takes myself and probably one other person. And who knows, you stepping outside of the box may influence someone else around you. I'm putting the effort in now to do all the things that I wanted to do. The things that I'm interested in is so random, like, and I love that it allows me to connect with so many different people. The shift for me was when I realized I did not need to do these things in order to fit in with other people, and that it's okay for me to connect with people outside of who I know now and what I'm used to being around. I didn't need to do things in order to fit in or in order to be liked or be loved. The shift for me happened when I realized that I didn't need to do certain things in order to fit in or have fun. I didn't have to wear certain things to feel confident or feel sexy. I didn't need to be a baddie or anything else. I just needed to be myself. I had to learn my body and what made me feel good. I had to understand that it was okay not to fit in with the people that I grew up with. It's okay to make connections outside of my usual environment, whether it meant connecting more with people that I worked with, or if I was on a solo trip, having conversations about different topics with other people, if I'm at church, being okay with maybe not praying the way that they do or speak the way that they do. And that if I did feel uncomfortable, realize why I feel uncomfortable and what is it that I could do to be intentional about changing that thing. Because I didn't want to get stuck in any type of envy or jealousy, and the only thing that was holding me back was actually putting the effort in to do the thing that I wanted to do, because none of these things happen overnight. It doesn't matter how glamorous it looks. It doesn't matter how perfect it looks. When you start to realize that certain people or things got to the point that they did because they put in the time, they put in the effort to learn whatever it was. And for me, it's a little difficult because I have so many different things that I want to tap into. So I'm just now learning to maybe break it down and say, okay, what do I want to learn this year, and focus on just one or two things. If I have room to do more, then I'll do more, but trying not to overwhelm myself and beat myself up for the things that I don't know or the things that I didn't know then. And understand that also I'm constantly changing. So like there's things that I may be not aware of now that I may see and that I'm interested in. But that's when I ask myself, like, hey, you're interested in it, but it doesn't mean that you have to do that thing. What sparked your interest on that thing? And is it for you, or is it because someone else is doing it? Is it because you admired them doing it, or is it because you truly want to do it? And then at that point, if it's something that I really want, then I'll go ahead and pursue it, but not solely based off of someone looking good doing that thing or wearing that thing. I was always the type of person that I felt misunderstood, but now I embrace it. I'm okay with being misunderstood because it allows me to gravitate and attract the people that are meant to be around me. And maybe there were people in my life that needed to leave because I didn't truly know me, so they didn't truly know me. So the shift allowed me to remove the things and the people that I didn't truly connect with and move forward towards the people that I do. I want people around me that love me for me. I don't want people around me that love me for things that I don't care about. And I struggled with that for a long time. It's also another reason why I decided to start a new Instagram page, because I actually struggled with that for the longest. Fun fact, the reason why this YouTube channel is called Misconception Matters is because I battled with feeling like the things that I posted on my Instagram page did not reflect who I was as a person. And it significantly changed when I also got baptized and just started moving differently. I'm just like, there's nothing that I used to do or the things that I had posted in the past. Like, I'm not interested in certain things anymore. So yes, I could have kept my page, but I'm not attached to anything. If anything, I'm more concerned about who likes me for me, who loves me for me, and who's liking my pictures or anything that I do, because I started to feel like I would get more attention from doing the things that I didn't really care for versus the things that I did. So then I felt like I created an atmosphere to attract certain people, or for people to think that I'm one way when I wasn't, and I just felt like a fraud. So I'm just like, you know what? I don't feel attached to anything. So it's like, it's nothing for me to start over and show people who I really am. And I'm actually excited for people to see what I truly enjoy and understand the true me instead of what it is that I posted in my past or what they think they know me as. I feel like there's so many layers to me that a lot of people don't know. And I'm actually excited to like just show the different sides of me. And it's not because I want any type of approval, but it just makes me feel like I'm living my truth. I want you to come to my page and understand that no, I'm not the person that I used to be, and this is who I am now. And I'm okay with that. And I notice that the people that I admire the most are the people that are confident and there's something different about them. They don't look like everyone else. They don't talk like everybody else. They march at the beat of their own drum and are unapologetically them. I feel like that describes my mom. Maybe she's someone that made me feel a little bit more comfortable with being different because my mom has her own style. I feel like she just does whatever it is that she likes. Everything that she wears, it looks good on her because she knows herself and she knows what she likes and she's happy. You could see that in her. That's something or somebody that inspired me to be a little bit more comfortable with like what I do and who I am and what I wear, etc. I love learning new things about myself and bringing it out so that other people could learn about it as well because it makes me different. And I love talking about how it even got me to that point. The thing is, this is a continuous journey. The thing that I may have liked yesterday, I may not like tomorrow, or I'm just finding new ways and new things to improve myself. Everybody has the ability to do it, but we just get so lazy and so comfortable and complacent in who we are. We don't try to change anything. Like personally, I don't want to dress how I was dressing in high school. I don't even want to dress how I dressed last year. I'm always thinking of new ways to improve. Like this year, I decided that I wanted to start baking. Like that's something that I always wanted to do, but I just never did it. And if it wasn't for me slowing down and learning myself and what I'm interested in, then I probably would have never took it on. It's the little things that make you unique. It's not the car, it's not the job. It's just solely what you're interested in and what you love to do. The things that I'm interested in, it's a plethora of things, but I feel like that's what makes me unique. And learning about those things allows me to have different conversations with different types of people. I want to be interesting, and what can I do to actually implement this in my life? I also learned that just because you're funny, just because you can dress well, just because you have a lot of money, that does not mean that you know how to be yourself. Because you could easily look at someone else's situation and say, that's what I want, and pursue that. You could tell if someone's not being authentic to themselves. And I just didn't want to be that person. I feel like there was a point in my life where people were able to view like, oh, she doesn't even look right doing that, or she doesn't even look right wearing that. And that wasn't majority of my life. It could have just been one night. But regardless, I feel like one is one too many. And I just had to catch myself and say, okay, what am I even doing here? This doesn't even make any sense. And I feel like it just looks stupid and I feel stupid. It's okay to be low key. It's okay to be boring. I feel like I'm boring. You can't call me that though. But no, it's okay to be boring. I get called boring all the time, and I'm okay with that. You don't need to do these things to fit in, to be fun, or to be interesting. Trust me, because I get compliments all the time, and it's not to brag, but I realize like it's okay to not be in everyone's face. It's okay to not post things. It's okay to not try and fit in and do what everyone else is doing. And this is why I have a love-hate relationship with social media, because I do feel like there are some healthy ways to be influenced, but again, it's all about the reasoning. There's some people that I follow and I'm just like, I love how they step out the box. I love that they're all about their family, and I love the way that they speak about other people, or they speak about their relationship with God and things in a healthy way. But once I catch myself saying, I wish there was this thing that I could fix about my body, or I wish that I had this, or I was there, no. I already know I have to follow certain things and certain pages, because you can easily start to trick your mind into thinking you should have something or you should be somewhere just because you see someone with it. But ask yourself, am I doing this because I truly like it, or because I'm doing it to be liked? It doesn't matter what they think. It's about how you feel. just know that being yourself is attractive. It's sexy. It's what draws people to you. It's what makes you lovable, what allows people to love you for who you truly are. If you're acting as someone else or doing the things that you don't like, and you look around and you wonder why you're misunderstood and people don't like you for who you truly are, look at how you're advertising yourself. What are you doing? What are you wearing? If you're not doing the things that you like, then you're going to attract the people that you don't want to attract. And I have been in situations where I've attracted certain people around me, and then I had to look and say, do they think that I was into that? And I'm like, why would they possibly think that I would be into that thing? And then I had to see, like, girl, look what you're wearing. Look what you're doing. Look who you're hanging around. Look at the environment that you're in. This is what you're known for. So, of course, they're going to, this is what you're advertising. This is what you're speaking about. This is what you're acting like you are interested in. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. I'm going to end off there. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you were able to get something out of this. Again, I hope that you were watching this video, writing down some notes, taking some mental notes if you didn't physically write anything down. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for the video next week. Can't wait to see you next week.